Let me put you onto this hack for making perfect patchwork where your points meet every time. This method is great for small projects. As you can see, I'm making a bag. The product that I'm using is called Bosal Watercolour Grid, and it's like a fusible interfacing on the one side that has a grid printed on it. And my grid is printed at 2.5 inch, so that makes it perfect for mini charm packs. All you do is use the grid to lay out your pieces, and with this way you can play around with the placement, adjust them and move them around. You don't have any of the pieces overlapping, they literally just lie next to each other. And once you've got a configuration that you like, you go ahead and press it into place. So when you're placing your fabrics, you just want to make sure that you're placing it onto the bobbly side of the interfacing, because those bobbles are the little bits of glue. When you're doing your ironing, you don't want to slide your iron, you just want to lift and press so that you don't shift any of the pieces. And then over at the sewing machine, you just fold it along those lines, so you've got the crease perfectly on the line that you see printed on the grid. And then you sew with a 1/4 inch seam all the way down, and repeat this for all of the lines in one direction. I did it in the long lines first just to make it easier, and then just move your way across and just keep repeating this process. And then we're just going to give it a press just to make sure that everything lays nice and flat before we move on to the next step. Now the seam at the back will be a little bit more bulky than usual because it has the interfacing. So all you want to do is take a small sharp pair of scissors and just run it up that seam, cutting it open essentially. And this will allow you to lay your seams flat. So just give them a good press again at this stage, cut them all open in the one direction, and then you're ready to move on to the opposite direction. So you repeat the exact same process just along the seams in the opposite way. And then again, cut the seams open and give them a good press from both sides. And then you'll have a completed patchwork panel. The seams were still a little bit bulky, so I opted to put my clapper on top and it did help it flatten out. I'm currently making the Sandhill sling bag with mine, so I've quilted it and made it into the front.